Hi there, welcome. In this latest video, we are going to talk about what is a business coach, how do you go about becoming one, what are the kind of results that you could be driving for your clients, and what is it that you need to do as immediate next steps if you are ready to be a business coach today. Now, if you haven't been on this channel before, my name is Ajit Navlakha. I'm your host at EverCoach. I'm also the co-founder of this company. I myself have been a business coach for over 5 years. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. It will make it a point that every single week as we release more informative, powerful videos that will help you become a better coach, you are notified. So go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and let's get this party started. So the first question is, what is a business coach? Well, a business coach is somebody who is brought into an organization or a business to be able to help either overall growth of the business or certain elements of the business. Sometimes business coaches are also known as leadership coaches, executive coaches, management coaches, marketing coaches, or corporate coaches. A business coach is simply a person that is brought into a business to help resolve a challenge within the scope of the business. Most companies that are growth oriented are looking for a business coach in some capacity, which also makes it a very lucrative field, and hence many organizations focus towards certifying people to be able to help businesses. Why would a business want to have a coach? You see, business is like an organism, which means it has many moving parts. So while business leaders are really focused towards growing the companies and owners are really focused towards growing the companies, a lot of times there is a gap. There's a gap between the understanding of business that these leaders and owners may have and the understanding of ground realities. Sometimes there's a gap in understanding of why things are not working. Sometimes there's an understanding of talent and education and information that is rightly required for the companies to be able to make progress. In most of these circumstances, companies are going to look for somebody called a business coach. A business coach is invited in different areas of the business. Say, for example, let's say a company is struggling with culture. They might invite a coach that works with the team, the leadership, to redefine the culture of the company, to identify where they are right now, to help them evaluate that situation, find a new vision or create a new vision around the new culture of the company, and then help them fill the gaps by effectively coaching different team members or leaders within the organization. Same could be a case when it comes to marketing or business operation management. It could even be in the area of finances. So really, a business coach doesn't exclude any area of the business, though often business coaches are specialists in certain areas. Let's take my example. I am a very specialized business coach for people who are running operations between $1 million in sales to $20 million in sales. I am uniquely qualified to help companies, especially if they are in the areas of e-commerce, education, or have online platforms, to take these organizations from $1 million in revenue or under to $20 million in revenue. I have been able to do this multiple times across different industries, specifically by reorganizing team structures, operational structures, and marketing structures in the company. That is my specialization. You could be specialized in anything. Like I mentioned previously, you could be very much specialized in working towards branding elements, culture elements, team management, leadership. It could be any of those verticals, and you could be still under the understanding of being a business coach. Now, most growth-centric companies would want to have a business coach across different domains of their enterprise. Any company that has a big vision or a big goal would like to find somebody who can help in a specific area of a challenge that they may be experiencing. A survey was done a few years ago, and it was found about 43% of businesses claim that they are actively looking for a business coach. So they're not even waiting for somebody to reach out to them. They are actually saying, hey, can we hire a business coach? That is a tremendous amount of opportunity considering there's only about a couple of 100,000 coaches across the globe. That means millions and millions of businesses are looking for a business coach, and there are only a few 100,000 that can satisfy that need. If there is interest that you have in business coaching, there's a unique opportunity right now that has presented itself for you to show up and help businesses to be able to scale, provide more jobs, and create more impact in the world. There is often a confusion though. A lot of times, people misunderstand the difference between a consultant and a coach. Let's differentiate it super quick so we can understand what is the approach that you may want to consider. So firstly, a coach is somebody who comes in more like a curiosity-driven personnel. They're not coming in necessarily to look at data and find the solution, but they're coming in as curious individual, asking the right kind of question, enabling the right kind of people to be able to find a solution within the organization. Let me give you an example. When I go into an organization, most of the time I have no idea what their marketing processes may look like or their business operations may look like. But when I go into an organization with enough curiosity and inquisitiveness, I may inquire about certain processes and systems and operations in different dimensions of the company and be able to show the company where the gaps may be. Then I would facilitate conversations that will allow for those gaps to be fulfilled within the organization. I am not necessarily a solution provider in these situations, but a creator of circumstance that will allow for that solution to be created. I may come in and occasionally invite for a brief training that builds an understanding towards the coaching segment that we're going to do later, but I'm not exclusively training. I am not telling them what to do. I am asking them how we can together find out what to do. That's the understanding of a coach. A consultant, on the other hand, would come in and ask for data. They will ask for what is happening specifically when it comes to, say, client retention, or what is happening when it comes to team satisfaction. They might come in and ask about how much are you referred by clients, what's your marketing numbers, what's your cost per lead and cost per acquisition, and so on and so forth. Because what they're really seeking is data. Because once they have this data, they would use their own intelligence to give you an inference. They would suggest what you may want to do based on the data that is presented. That's a consulting approach. Here is the approach that I have found as a business coach is most applicable. You see, more and more companies I work with, I realize the founders, the CEOs, the top leadership of the company never really has time to sit around and ask a lot of questions. They don't have a lot of time to sit and just implore ideas without any context. They don't want somebody to just come in and give them one more task to do. What they are seeking is somebody that comes in and takes the approach that I call the coach consultant approach. A coach consultant approach is where you blend the coaching approach with the consulting approach, where you don't hold back what data, information, intelligence that you already have from your past experiences, from your knowledge, from other experiences of other clients. You don't hold back on this information when you're coaching a client. So say, for example, you're working with somebody on culture, on team culture, and you're working with them by finding out what's really happening in there. You're bubbling up some sort of a solution with them. But very quickly, what you also do is you will briefly put on your consulting hat and say, hey, listen, let me tell you a few case studies of great cultures so you are informed about the cultures that are possible, and then ask if something stands out. This would be me bringing a little bit of consulting into coaching, but it goes further. Once they have identified the approach, I may give them the playbook that they need to try to be able to create that culture in the company. Now I have taken a complete consultant's playbook and put it into coaching. While that does break the law, if there is one, on how one should coach, I found this is the most effective way to create results with our clients. This enables them not only in context of being able to find the solution, but actually being informed in context that otherwise would have been hard for them to be informed about. Your capabilities as a coach consultant increase by manyfold by simply switching the hat as required. When you need to be a coach, you are a coach. When you need to be a consultant, you're a consultant. So you take a consultant coach approach. One of the keys that we have found working with different companies and by hiring business coaches ourselves is that when a business coach comes in and the right business coach comes in, you can usually 2x to 3x the pace of growth that you may be experiencing before. Before I walk into companies as a business coach, often the companies are growing by 10-20% year on year. Very often we find that within 6 months, the companies will start reporting 30 to 100% increase in revenues. This is not to brag. This is any good business coach's capability. That they would come in, they would help identify the key challenges and be able to optimize them with you so you can see accelerated results. So is hiring a business coach worth it? Absolutely. If your business is primed for it, is ready for it, getting a business coach may be the fastest way for you to create results out in the world. Getting a business coach is almost like hijacking success. You're using intelligence and capability of somebody else who has the intelligence of business, has the understanding of business, coming in, training you, holding you accountable, working with you to draw out what needs to be drawn out, helping you build better products, better team culture, better marketing, so you can accelerate your business at a pace faster than previously imaginable. So, considering you're watching this video, you're either a business coach or you want to be a business coach, which also means that you are a business. Which means if you are considering to grow your business, you should consider looking at getting a business coach. Also know that any type of business that you see around you may have holes and gaps that they don't see at all. You as a business coach could go into that ecosystem and really help these companies expand. My invitation for you is, if you have interest in creating transformation in businesses, see people have great careers, have transformations across a company, and see all the people that work for the company completely transformed, I invite you to consider becoming a business coach. Now, if you're new in this journey, a great way to get started would be for you to consider our Coaching Businesses Quest. Below, you'll find a free masterclass that you can join and learn all about it. Click on that link below and there will be more information provided in that class on what a business coach looks like, what they do, what are some of the results you can create, and how that quest could be something that can help you make progress in that direction. Are you already a business coach? Do you want to be a business coach? Share with me in the comment section below. Also, share with me if there is something that I could do on this YouTube channel that will help you be a better business coach. I'll love to create videos that support your journey even more. If you like this video, go hit the like button. If there's a friend of yours or a colleague or a Facebook group that you've seen where this information may be useful, go ahead, click the share button and share it in those places. And don't forget to hit that red subscribe button so you can get notified every single time we release a new video like this, so you can be more educated, more ready for the coming change.